Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rita Perez and I'm a travel advisor that specializes in cruise ship retreats. Welcome aboard the beautiful MSC Divina straight from Nassau, Bahamas, which is where I am filming this from. So today I wanted to kind of go over some of my first impressions that I've got sailing on the Divina. This is actually my first ocean ship sailing since January or February of 2020. I'm so incredibly grateful to be here. I did have my first cruise back in July, and that was an amazing river ship aboard the Ama Waterways, the brand new Ama Sienna. I was on the maiden voyage, so super exciting, as that has been like one of my bucket list things, to go on a maiden voyage. And we sailed along the Rhine River, which was miraculous. Go ahead and check a couple of those videos out if you're so interested into trying out some river ship cruising. But back onto the Divina. So what are my first impressions of sailing on the MSC Divina? And I think I have a lot of them. If you're new to me, I am pretty open with my opinions. I share a lot on my Instagram and Instagram stories. So make sure you head over there also to just check past stories, as well as the different posts and reels that I've created to kind of give you a brief overview of the experience. But immediately upon entering the ship, it's kind of because the MSC Divina is just so dang gorgeous. She is a beautiful ship. My favorite feature, hands down, is the Swarovski crystal, the staircases in the lobby atrium area, just so beautiful. Another of my immediate first impressions was how friendly the crew was, which I'm grateful to be here, and I know that they're grateful to be able to work and to help us out while we're on this ship experience. There have been some rude people, which I'm going to be making another video. Do not be rude to your crew members unless something legit has happened, but I'll fast forward through that because I can go through that in my little ranty video that will be coming up. Got into my beautiful cabin, as you can see a little bit here. So I have a ship tour also. It is just, I cannot say enough of how beautiful this ship is. Right now we're actually sailing, I think what I heard was about 800 passengers, and it has the capacity to have over 4,000 passengers. So it has been a lovely, relaxing, calm experience. Their entertainment I have so enjoyed. So I'm on a 4-night cruise. We had 2 days at Ocean Key Marine Reserve, and today we're in Nassau, Bahamas. The entertainment, the nighttime entertainment has been so incredible. There was one night that there wasn't any theater type show, but the first night was a lot of fun. It was a show based on Tina Turner music. And then last night was Autumn in Paris, which started off a little slow, but then when it picked up, I think everybody kind of perked up and was oh my goodness, just a beautiful show that I was really entertained by, and I wish I could see again. That is one of the reasons I would come back aboard on the MSC Divina. What other impressions can I talk to? So many lounges, which that makes me think about all of my retreat clients. There are lots of spaces that you can host different events on board, or different workshops, or different seminars. I've taken a lot of video of that, so I hope you can appreciate some of that as well. That's when I come aboard these ships. It is a little bit for myself, but it really is to show you the experience on board and what is available to get you out of thinking that you only have to do retreats on land. You can also do them here on beautiful cruise ships, on the oceans, or on the rivers as well. So let me think, what else? I want to try and be more pro than con. I mean, it has just been so amazing that this ship is pretty empty, and it really is. When I've heard everybody say, yeah, it's like having your own cruise, it really is like having your own cruise ship. There's a lot of variety in shops. There's a little candy snack store. There are, of course, the logo items. There's the items, jewelry items, all your fancy jewelry and handbags and clothing if you love to shop. One of my favorite things, and I remember I was kind of like, despite all the pros, like this is what I really loved, was Ocean Key, the Marine Reserve, their private island. I even told my Instagram followers that I might even go as far to say that it is my favorite private island from the different private islands that I've been on, and this includes the 2 Royal Caribbean ones, but I haven't been on the recently updated Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So I've been on the prior to the update, so verdict is still out on that one, but I've also been on Disney's Castaway Cay, and yeah, and maybe it was because there were only 800 passengers when the island was really meant for thousands of passengers. So it was nice and secluded, and it really did feel like your own private island. Everything was nice and clean. It looks like there's a lot of space for like future improvements, like if they wanted to do more cabanas or, you know, spa cabanas, or even like water parks like Perfect Day at Coco Cay has. I see opportunity for that. Now, okay. Let me go a little bit on the cons, because I don't want this video going too lengthy. And I think like the biggest one for me is the food. And this is part of why I need to be mindful if this is just now or is this regular, because the food has been a little bit of a letdown. Now, I did eat at the steakhouse, and the steakhouse was nice. I don't feel like it was nicer than other steakhouses that I visited on other lines, but it was better than the regular dining room. I have been particularly disappointed because I have special dietary needs. I have an autoimmune condition, and so I need to make sure that I reduce my amount of inflammation and inflammatory foods. And specifically, I cut gluten out. And I was very surprised compared to other cruise lines how little they do to advise you if something has gluten in it, and also the amount of gluten-free options. And I'll go ahead and address this in a separate video too. But yeah, that was a real bummer. I actually bought a couple snacks that I thought were okay for me, because there are no snacks available. Like, I just see bread, dessert, cake, all this, and I'm like, I would love to try this out, but I can't, because I have to be good to stick with my environment. So if I was going to say overall, what this ship reminds me of, especially like with some of their entertainment options, I would say I could relate MSC Cruises most like a Carnival cruise line. But the ship is flippin' gorgeous. And I'm not saying that the ships on Carnival are gross and disgusting. There's an elevated feel, but and that's where I'm like torn. There's an elevated feel aboard this ship. Like, there's beautiful appointments, but the thing, like when you unearth like the layers, it is very basic in a sense. It is very not that elevated sense. Like, if I think back over to, and I think I'm a little bit spoiled because my last cruise was a luxury cruise. If I think back to Ama Waterways, like it was a beautiful ship, over the top service, incredible food. I wouldn't say the same is here, even though this is a gorgeous ship and I feel very comfortable on the ship. There's little things like the couch that I'm sitting next to is a little bit dingy, and so is the coffee table, but nothing like major make or break. I will say that I'm happy that this is just a really short cruise, but I would go on this cruise again for 1, that private island, and 2, the awesome shows that are on board, and 3, the amazing crew members, because everyone has been so incredibly helpful on this ship, especially as a solo traveler like I am right now. So let me know, do you have any questions based on my first impressions of the MSC Divina and sailing MSC Cruises for the first time? Make sure to comment below. All right, I'll see you guys next time.